the other story, of course, that is grabbing the headlines, and as I suggested earlier, prompting quite a lot of armchair admirals to come to the fore on social media to not much effect, or without much increase in human knowledge, is the sinking of the HMNZS, or the running aground and subsequent sinking of the Manawanui. And first good thing, no one lost their lives, 75 crew, personnel, civilians on board, all rescued successfully. And now, of course, the questions why come. Joining us now, and without any expectation on my part that you'll be able to answer all those questions, is the Minister of Defence, Judith Collins. Minister, good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, Sean.
Obviously, for a Navy the size of New Zealand's, losing a ship for the first time since World War II, whatever the circumstances, and a vessel of this size is a significant and troublesome event.
Yes, it's very sad, and you can realise from the number of crew on board, it's actually quite a small vessel in terms of Navy. It's not actually a battleship. It wasn't built for that, but it's been a very useful ship that they've had for the last 5 years, and they're pretty disappointed, as am I.
I've been amazed at the number of people who, from the safety of their mother's basements, have been able to speculate on what happened or how the gender of the woman in command of the vessel may have had something to do with it. Minister, the fact is, I imagine there is quite a prescriptive and detailed process now to go through to finding out the precise details of the sinking of this vessel.
Yes, exactly, Sean. So the Chief of Navy told me yesterday that the court of inquiry is being set up because it's a naval ship. It's therefore the Chief of Navy who's in charge of that, and that will get to the bottom of what's exactly happened, how this ship lost power and ended up on a reef. So that will look at everything, but I've been told that in terms of timelines, it can be weeks, maybe a couple of months, but we're certainly not talking years here.
All right. Now, you have already said this morning something that I haven't heard articulated quite so clearly, and I just want to clarify it. You said lost power and then struck the reef, drifted. Is that looking like it was a loss of steerage due or drifting that was the problem?
That was the latest information I have. I think we need to wait for the inquiry for much more than that. So we'll find out. I think that everyone needs to know there's the military, as you would expect, they know how to run these inquiries. They know exactly what they're doing. They will get to the bottom of it. And as you say, no time really, frankly, for the armchair admirals to speculate. And I really don't think gender's got anything to do with it.
No. Is the vessel unsalvageable? How much water's it got down? Is there any chance of recovery?
Yes, well, I think if we look at salvage as opposed to bringing it back and being able to use it again, it's an entirely different situation. So I've been told that it depends a lot on the depth of the water that it's in. Yesterday, a Hercules was sent over to Apia with medical equipment, but also some light spill equipment, and also drones will be used to find out exactly where it is and exactly how deep it is. That will all depend. I don't think anyone's thinking we can bring the ship back and turn it back on, put it back on its right side, but salvage is another matter.
Okay, so we don't know if the hull was breached, and there seems to have been a fire. Yeah.
There seems to have been a fire. The other thing is really about the power. We're not sure. They certainly lost power. The question is whether they lost it before the reef or after. It's another matter at some stage.
Okay.
And whether that power was that was one of some of the detail I was told. But then again, Sean, as we know in these inquiries, we may find that more information comes out and that what I've been told may not be correct.
Yeah, I know this might sound a strange question. Can you insure a naval vessel?
No, and not to the extent that people might think. It's not like buying a house and having full reinstatement insurance.
Replacement cover.
It just doesn't work, and they have never been insured to that extent. And even though some insurance may be involved, obviously that's all very commercially sensitive and I can't talk about those things.